Hey tribe, so I wanted to share on something that a couple of people have asked me about recently or shared stories about. And that is the reality that when you begin to create shift in your world, when you choose awareness and you choose to wake up, to walk around with consciousness and be mindful of the decisions that you're making and the way that you're thinking, and therefore the outcomes you're having, the impact you're making in your own life and on other people. There's a reality about you choosing to do that you need to understand. And that is one, that in a lot of ways you're going to create something so much better for yourself, a better life, better outcomes, better feeling more often than not. Doesn't mean perfect, but better. And you're going to create space between where you were and where you're headed and where you're striving towards. And you need to understand that in choosing to do that, not everybody around you is choosing the same thing. And sometimes what happens when we go through this transformation in life is the people that we love very dearly, who were once meeting us here in this space with this level of energy, no longer feel the same. You start to feel this distance happening. And this is where this phrase, misery loves company, comes from. It essentially, wherever we're at, loves company. But if prior to us really striving for betterment, we were hanging in a space of victimhood maybe, or talking about all of our drama and our shit with people, or agreeing with people when they would blame others around them for what was going on in their world. If that's where we're coming from, and now you're putting some distance there, you're going to feel this shift happening around you. You're going to feel distance between you and these people. And sometimes these people are our family, or even our close friends, or maybe they're even co-workers, people who are used to being in that space around. And this challenge comes up. And if we're not prepared for it, sometimes we end up sort of sinking back down into that space, tuning back into that frequency. It's going to touch those spaces within us. It's going to touch our insecurities and our fears. It's going to make us doubt ourselves. You need to be aware that that's coming so that you can continue to strive, because the truth is cut those cords with people who don't want to be better. The truth is if you don't want help, if you don't want to be better, if you have no desire to change anything about your world, that's fine. And if people choose that, that's okay. But they may not want to be on the same frequency as you. And the trust that needs to happen from our part is we need to know that as we let go of those people and the need to feel the same level of connection, then we open up room for others to step in. We open up room for new connections, new tribe. That's a part of your transformation. You have to accept that as you choose to evolve, if other people aren't evolving with you, it doesn't make anyone any better or worse. In fact, you don't even have to look at it as I'm going higher and they're lower. You can just look at it as a linear path. We're both going this way and I'm going over here and they're not. Truth is, though, you just need to be aware and be prepared, because you do need support, but you might have to find new support. The sooner you're okay with that and you acknowledge that and you give yourself permission to expand and to choose to grow. And you know what? Give other people permission not to. It's okay. Let everybody be right where they're at. Just recognize what's supporting your elevation or your improvement or your growth or your expansion, your openness, and what's not. And be able to separate the two and choose what does support that. Know your worth.